So, I don't know many people, but of the few people I know, one of them's called Adrian. I know him from work. Anyway, Adrian and his preferred female are moving in together, and my boss was thinking about getting him a present, moving present. Anyway, my boss, Andrew, and he shall be named because of a mistake he made, he liked the video of the key holder I made out of making hooks out of keys to hang your keys on. He liked the idea of it, so he emailed me to ask me if I would make one for Adrian for his new home. And here's the mistake, shall we say. He emailed me, but he didn't include me in the email, and he didn't exclude Adrian. So the email went straight to Adrian, and I didn't even know anything about it. The person who shouldn't have known knew, and the person who should have known didn't. So anyway, Adrian emailed back laughing, and he says, yes, lovely idea. And he requested that I made it out of the piece of wood that I repaired with epoxy resin a few videos ago. He likes the look of it. This is it here. He likes the look of it, and I don't blame him. It's a handsome piece of timber. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably talk a bit more in depth into it this time around, because on the video when I made the original one, didn't really say much, so explain stuff. First things first, I have a problem. The piece of wood that he wants to have it made out of is really thin, and that's not going to take any kind of fixing or whatever. It's too thin, so it needs to be backed onto something harder, and I'm going to use hardwood. I've got this piece of oak here that I salvaged off some furniture, and the first thing I need to do to this is to get this finishing off, this varnish off, and it's a bit chunky as well, look. So I'm going to run it through my thickness planer, get it level, get it a good thickness, get it clean, and voila! Ha! So that's the oak done. Well, I think it's oak, right? Who knows? I stopped trying to even bother knowing what wood is a long time ago. It's nice, it's hard, it's nice, it's soft, it's whatever it is. But anyway, that's it clean. There's a few things left over from when it was a piece of furniture. Doesn't bother me one bit. Now, this is going to be cut in half, and the two pieces glued together on one edge. So I need this edge to be flat, and also free-form varnishy stuff, because the glue won't fit. So that's what I'm going to do next. Clean up that edge. Oh, by the way, I also gave this a clean up in the planer as well, just because I like using it. Right, next job. So that little job is done. We've got smooth edge on both sides for when I glue the two pieces together. What two pieces, you say? The two pieces that this one piece is going to become. I'm going to measure it in half, exactly in half, cut it in half, glue those two pieces together. That will be our backing board. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Jeff, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do, yeah, you are, yeah. Heh. That is in clamps, glued up. So I'll have to wait for that to be dry. Next thing I want to do is halve Adrian's chosen piece of wood. Halve it, sort out the edges, glue them up. Just the same as what I've just done to the thicker pieces. Yeah, just the same. So that's that stage done. Both of the panels are glued up. We've got a final thickness at the moment of that. But of course, it's covered in glue and it needs to be sorted out. So that's the next one. So that's this clean, more or less. It will get cleaner though. And now, see, that's going to be the width there of the final piece. So I need to cut off this section here. And I'm going to do this with my mini saw, because I like it. So on with that. Something for later. Now all I need to do is plane this edge so it's flush with the outside edge. That's those edges clean and flush with each face. Now, what I've noticed is I can actually go a little bit thinner, so it's not too clunky on his wall. And with that, thickness planer again. Yep, that's what I'll do. That's a better thickness, I think. Nice and flat too. Yep. So, first, well, no. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Cut it to size. These edges cut square and end off. And yes, I'm going to use a good old mini saw again because I like it. What I've noticed is that since I've run it through the planer, some of the parts of the epoxy repair that I did in the other video has chipped a little bit. One or two little holes. So I'm going to have to do an epoxy repair on that. Yep. So epoxy it is. Righty-ho, let's have a talk about keys, because these are going to be the keys I'm going to use to make the hooks for the keys. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, I'm going to follow what I did when I made the first one. That is, the heads are going to be screwed. Let me just do an example here. Let's pretend that's the backboard. That hole of the key I'm going to use for my screw to go through, and it will go onto the board like that. And I want the hook, the stem of the key, to bend up like that so you can hook your key on. But if I leave things as they are now, if I just bend the stem up like that, this part of the key, the teeth I presume you call them, will be sticking out to the side. Now I don't want that. I want the teeth to follow the direction of the hook, which means first thing I've got to do is to heat up the shaft there and twist the head like that. This sounds like blah blah blah. I think it's just easier for me to do it, and you'll see it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Broke it. Right, that's that step done. Well, I have to be careful because they're still hot. Ow, ow, ow. So I now have to heat this main shaft here so it then becomes a hook. Sort of like that. Again, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if you can actually see that. I'm not even looking to it. So that's the next step. Hook it up. Okay, as you just saw me do, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hooks for Adrian's keys, and I made them out of keys. That's the theme, isn't it? Now I wanted 7, but as you also saw, I had a few casualties along the way. That is purely my own fault, rushing, not heating them properly, forcing the metal to do something it didn't want to do. And of course, when you try to get metal to do what it doesn't want to do, it goes, heck off, I'm not having it, and it breaks. But at least I think I can manage with these hooks. Now the next step, do you remember this? 850 years ago, in the beginning of this video, when I put it through the planer, I made some click clack clock bits on it, some chips and things, and they needed filling, so I re-poured the resin. Obviously it's solid now. I'm going to sand this off, get it smooth, and sex it up with some oil, because time, it is a ticking. And the oiling is done. It's sexed it back up again. I think it looks pretty good, my son. So now I've got to. Now I have to fix the hooks. I've got 6, so I have to mark out 6 places where I can have hooks. Make it even, because you know, Adrian's a tidy boy. He likes things tidy. So I'll make it even. Yeah. And that's it. I'm calling it done. It's a bit shorter than the one I first originally made, but you, Adrian, you did select this piece of wood, and this was the maximum I can get out of that piece of wood, so it's what I could do. I like the thickness of it, and I like the fact that there's 2 pieces of wood, 2 colours of wood, bit of two-tone going on there. As you just saw, the screws had come through the back a small amount, so I just filed them off smooth, flash, done. I'm going to give it another coat of oil before I give it to you. Mate, ready for your wall, ready for your new home, and I hope you like it. Now, it would have been a surprise if it weren't for some numpty in the office, Andrew, who sent the wrong email. I thought that's the funniest thing of my week, actually made my week, that. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, mate, have a good time in your new house. Stick your keys on this. You've got no excuse for losing them. Ha ha!